Hey guys, this is Himanshu from Code Campaign, and today again we are going to discuss the same problem follow-up that we have left in the previous video. So as you remember, the previous problem that we discussed was the addition of two linked list, where we have discussed about the three approaches. The first question was, when you are given a two linked list, you have to add them, but the linked list can be modified. So we have discussed this solution in the previous video. The other question was when you cannot actually modify the linked list, but the linked list elements can be loaded completely into the main memory. So we have also discussed this solution into the previous video. So if you have not watched the previous video, I would like you to pause the video, go back to the previous video. I'll put the link into the description and just watch that video and then come back to this video. So today we are going to discuss the last follow-up question, which was when the linked list is very much huge, like it has a billion elements and it cannot be loaded into the main memory. So as you remember in the previous video, we have discussed the solution where we were using the recursion technique. And the problem with the recursion is that we had to load the complete list into the memory to use the recursion to solve that problem, right? So we cannot use that solution into the follow-up 3 because we cannot actually load the complete list into the memory. So in this video, we are going to discuss how we are going to solve it without even using the recursion. So let's see. So yeah, so these are the constraints. We cannot load the complete list into the memory, and list has billions of the elements. So basically, it's indirectly saying that we cannot use the recursion. So we have to use the iterative approach. So let's see how we can solve this problem. So I already have a linked list represented here, and it has the elements like 9, 9, 3, 4, 5. The second linked list has the elements like 9, 9, 2, right? So if we add both of these lists, the output will be 9 plus 5, which is 14, 4. One carry will go here, and then it will be 7. 9 and 3, 12. One carry will go here. This will become 10. 0 will come here. Carry will go here. And this will become again 10. And then one carry will go here, and so we have to add this node. So this will be our output. So before discussing this solution, let's think about, what are all the knowledge we have from the problem statement itself. So we know that one node can carry the values from 0 to 9. This is one information we have. So let's see how we can use this information. So as we know, the one node can carry the values from 0 to 9. So we know the maximum values that addition of two nodes of these two lists can produce is 18, right? And from 18 we are, from 18 we can simply deduce this, that carry value can never be greater than 1, right? So carry will always be 1, right? Or 0, right? 0 to 1. So this is the first thing that we can deduce from the problem statement. Now, so what was the problem that we were facing when we were adding, or when we do the addition? Traditionally we do the addition from the least significant digit. So what is the problem we face when we do the addition from the most significant digit, right? So the problem is with the carry, right? And so suppose we are adding these numbers. So initially there is no node here, so it will be pretty simple, like 9, 9. When we add these two numbers, right, so we will get 12, right? So 12 is greater than 10, so we will module it by 10, so we'll get 2. So this 2 will be stored here, and the carry 1 will go back to the previous node. But as it is a singly list, we don't have a pointer to go back, right? So if we are at this node, we don't have a way to go back, so we'll not be able to propagate our carry to the previous node. So that's the main problem, that we are facing when we are trying to add the nodes from the most significant digit, right? So let's see how we can actually tackle this problem, right? So first thing we know, we have to have previous pointer at the node, right? So because if we reach at this node, there is no way for us to go back here, right? So we have to have a pointer which should be at the previous node. So we should be able to traverse this pointer whenever we have the carry. And uh, what about the other thing that we need to think about here? So let's take one example here. So let's think about the cases in which the carry will actually be generated, right? So suppose you have a node something like this, 3, right? And after this we have something like uh, suppose we have 9, and suppose we have in the other list only one node, which is 9, and we have something like this here as 9, right? So we know how to add them. So so this will be our H2, this will be our H1, right? So let's see. As we know, this list is a bigger list, so we'll just copy the values of the elements here. Now, when we'll add both of these, right? So this will generate a carry, right? So this number addition will be 18, so we'll store 8 here, and 1 will be propagated. Now, when 1 will be propagated, let's see how 1 will propagate to the previous node. So 1 will come here, right? So 1 will be added here, so this will become what? 4, right? And after this, 1 will not be propagated because this number is not greater than 9, right? So this will be our output. But let's take one more example here. Suppose this number would have been, rather than 3, number would have been 9. So let's see what would have happened. So if this number would have been 9, we would have added this number, this would have been 18, this would have been 8. And if we would have added 1 here, right? So our carry would have been propagated to this node because this will become 10, right? So, and this is also 9. So this will again, this carry will be propagated to the previous node. In this case, we would have added a new node. So this would have been the output. So, okay, let's take one more example where this is not 9. This is something 8. So let's see what would have been the case in this. So 9, 8. And when we try to add this node, this will become what? 18 again. And 1 would have been propagated to the previous node. But as this is not 9, as this node value was 8, if we add 1 to it, it will become 9. So no carry will be generated, right? So there is no case of propagation to the previous node in this case, right? So propagation will stop here. So what we saw from this example, if we have any node which has the value, any node in our output which has the value less than 9, so our carry will not be propagated behind that node, right? That's what we have learned from this example, right? So when it was 9 and we were adding these two nodes, the carry was propagating, and it was also 9, so carry was propagating. But if this would have been 8 or 7, the carry would have not been propagated here. This would have become 8 and this would have become 10, and the carry would have not been propagated to the previous node, right? So let's write it down. So there were two conditions that we have got. One is carry value will be between 0 to 1 always, and the other one is carry will or carry propagation will stop whenever, my writing is bad, previous node has value less than what, 9, right? Okay, so let's see how we can use both of these information and solve this problem. Okay, so let's write this example once more. So 99345,929. Let's write it down here. 99345, and the other one is 929. Okay, 929. Cool. So let's start solving this problem. Okay, so what we'll do first, we'll create one node which has the value 0. So this is our starting node, right? And what we'll do, we'll have three different pointers. One is our carry pointer, because we know we are doing a carry propagation to the back. So we need one pointer which will take care of the carry propagation, right? So we need this pointer. One is the pointer which is our crawling pointer. So I will say C is carry pointer, CR is crawling pointer, and then one is which is our basic head, right? So let's see. So we have two extra elements here, so those elements will directly be added, as we know from the previous problem, right? So this has the bigger length, so these elements will directly add here. Now what we will do, so first we came across, okay, let's add head. This is head 1 and this is head 2, right? So initially list 1 length is greater than list 2, so we will just keep on copying the elements here, and what we will do, we will move this crawling pointer to the end of the node, right? So 9 is here, we move the crawling pointer here. Now what we have learned from here, in this case, carry propagation will stop whenever the previous node has the value less than 9, right? So in this case, this node, whatever we are adding new, which is this node, it has the value equal to 9, right? So in this case, we already know there is a probability. So if we add one node here, right, and suppose this node is coming from the addition of these two nodes, and this generates a carry, so we know if this node generates a carry, this node will also generate a carry, right? So there is a probability that this node can generate a carry. So we will not move our carry pointer, we'll keep it here. That's what we have deduced from the previous example when we were doing here, right? So value, if this value would have been, instead of 9, if this value would have been 8, I would have moved my carry pointer here, because I know that even if this node will generate a carry, I just need to increment the value of this node, right? I don't need to go back, right? But in case of 9, if the carry will be generated from here, I need to, increment the value of the previous node also, because this will become 1. So that's why I'm not moving it, right? So this you will understand once we'll move forward, if you haven't understood it yet. So let's see. So our head will move here. Now, again, this length is greater than this, so we will just copy this here. And again, this value is 9, so we'll not move our carry pointer. We'll keep it there, because we know if the carry is being generated from this node, this node will also generate a carry, and this node will also generate a carry. So we'll not do anything here. Now let's see this example. Now we are adding these two. So the addition is generating the value 12, which is greater than 9. So obviously carry will be generated. So 2 will come here. This will generate a carry, right? So this is generating a carry, which is 1. Now let's see how we are handling the carry situation in this case. So as this has generated a carry, right? So what we'll do, we will start our carry pointer. Now let's see how the carry will propagate. So this carry will come here. This will become what? 9 to 0. And this will again generate a carry. This will become what? 9 to 0. and this will again generate a carry, and this will become what? 1, right? So that's how we are going to handle the situation. So let's see how we are going to handle this situation. What we will do, we'll start moving our carry pointer. We'll start moving our carry pointer. So first what we'll do, we know whatever the value at this node, we have to just increment it by 1, right? So we'll just increment it by 1, and after that what we'll do, we'll move our carry pointer here. And if this node value is equal to 9, if this node value is equal to 9, we already know, okay, carry will come at this point, and because it is 9 and carry can maximum carry value can be 1, so this will become 0, so we'll make it 0. Wherever we'll find the 9, we'll make it 0. Now we'll move forward again, and because this is also 9, we'll make it 0. Now we'll move forward again, and as this is the position where our crawling pointer is, so we know, okay, we cannot move beyond this, so we'll just stop our carry pointer here. Okay, so let's okay, so let's move forward. So now we have added these two elements, so head 1 will come here and head 2 will come here. Okay, let's see. So 2 plus 4 is 6, so basically 6, and our crawling pointer is always pointed to the end element, so our crawling pointer will come here. Now what we see here, we see this is 6, right? So if this is 6, and what we had learned here, we had learned carry propagation will stop whenever the previous node has the value less than 9. So as we have seen, this value has the this node has the value less than 9. So we know even if the next node will generate a carry, which it will in this case, as this value is less than 9, the carry propagation will not occur backwards. So we actually don't need our pointer here. We can keep our pointer here, right? So we'll actually move our carry pointer here because this value is less than 9, right? So we'll move our carry pointer here.
If this value would have been would have been equal to 9 or greater than 9, like suppose we had 7 instead of 4, we would have had 7 here, so this would have become 9. We would have not moved our carry pointer here, we would have kept it here, because we know in this case, if any node, the addition of any nodes after this will generate a carry, 9 will propagate carry back, right? So we cannot afford to move our pointer forward. But in this case, because the sum was less than 9, we know that even if the carry is being generated from the addition of the nodes after this, there will not be any propagation from this node, right? Because this is less than 9, right? So that's why in this case we will move our carry pointer here, right? And that's what we had seen, right? The carry propagation will stop whenever the previous node has the value less than 9. So this node has the value less than 9, so it's wise to keep our carry pointer here rather than keeping it here, because we know that this node will never generate a carry back, right? So we should move our carry pointer here. So let's see what will happen into the next node. So this will definitely generate a carry, so it will this will be 14, so this will generate a 1 here. And whenever we know the carry is being generated, or whenever the sum of the value of the node is greater than 9, what we do, first, wherever our carry node is, so first this node will definitely, whenever new node is created, our crawler node automatically goes there, and after that we will see the addition value is 14, which is greater than 9. So what first thing we do here, first we increment the value of the node which is being pointed by carry. So initially the value was 6, so this will become 7, and then we'll move it to the next node until it uh, comes to the node which is being pointed by our crawler, right? So this is the next node, so this is pointed by our crawler, so our carry node will stop here. So after this, what will happen, so this will come here, this will come here, and after this both of this will become null, right? So our addition will stop here. So that's all, and that's what we are going to return. And if you see, this summation that we got is same that we had previously, right? So this is the correct output. So let's discuss whatever rule we have derived here. I have written them in here, right? So these are the two things that we need to keep in mind when we are writing this code, right? So first thing is move carry pointer to the new node if new node value is less than 9, right? So that's what happened. That's what happened in this case, right? So previously our new carry pointer was here, but this value, the addition value, was which came here as 6, so we moved our carry pointer here, right? So that was the first rule. The other rule is if the sum of the list of the node is greater than 9, then increment the value of the node which is being by 1 and which is being pointed by the carry pointer, and that's what we were doing. So whenever any node which was creating, so suppose our carry pointer was pointing here and there was 2, 9, and this was the current value which were being generated, and its value is, suppose the sum was 14, so 4 will be saved here. And because we know, okay, 14 is greater than 9, so we'll start doing the operation from here by whatever carry will be generated, right? So it's saying first increment the value which is being currently pointed by carry pointer by 1, so this will become 3, and after that it's saying what, keep on moving forward until find the node which has the value less than 9. So any node which have the value equal to 9, change its value to 0. So this node doesn't have the value less than 9, so this will become 0. Now this node has the value less than 9, so our operation will stop here, right? So these are the two things that we need to keep in mind while we are writing the code. So let's jump into the code and see how the code will look like. So let's open the code. Okay, so this is the code that we have written. So this, you already know, if any of the list is null, we have to return the other non-null list. Then we are calculating the length of the list, that as we did in the previous example also while we were using recursion. And here I am taking the absolute value because because it doesn't matter even if the value is negative or positive, we just need to find out which list has the more length. So I'm just taking the absolute value here, and after that what I'm doing, I'm creating the first node, that this node, right? And then I'm setting the carry point, this crawler pointer and the carry pointer. So that's what I'm doing here. So this is our head, this is our carry pointer, and this is our crawler pointer. After that I'm checking if my diff is greater than 0, and after that what I'm checking, if list 1 length is greater than list 2, or list 2 length is greater than list 1. And whosoever list is greater than the previous one, what we'll do, we'll start copying the value from that node to the new node. So that's what I'm doing here. I've created a new node, like in this case, in this case the list 1 length was greater. So what we did, we first created a new node, then what we did, write it here, then we copied the value of this node here, right? So let's go back here, and that's what we did here also, taking the value from the list, creating a new node. And then what I am doing here, I am actually adding it into the list. So initially our crawler is pointing here, so crawler next will point to this. So, and after this what we'll do, we'll move our crawler to the new element. That's what we were doing, right? So, and that's what we were doing in this case. So let's let's do it again here. So initially what we'll have 0 here, our carry pointer will be pointing here, crawler will be pointing here, and head will also be pointing here, right? So and after this we created this node, copied the value from here to here, which is 9, and we moved crawler pointer here, right? And as this value of this node is 9, we will not move our carry pointer here. If this would have been 8, we would have moved our carry pointer also here, right? So sorry, this is 9. So let's go back into the code. That's what we are doing here. After doing this, we are decrementing diff, and after that, that's what we are checking here, right? So if because crawler is now pointing to the new node, if crawler data is less than 9, so if data is less than 9, we can actually move our carry pointer to the crawler. But in this case, because the data is not less than 9, our carry pointer will remain same at the previous location, right? So that's what we are doing here, and we'll keep on doing until our diff will become equal to 0. So that's what we will do. So in this case our diff will be what? Initially 2. We'll add one node, so this will become 1. After this, we'll copy the next one. So here our head 1 will be, we'll copy the next one, move head 1 to here, and then we'll move carry pointer, we'll move our crawler to here. After that, again we'll check if this value is less than 9. No, this value is not less than 9, so carry will remain same wherever it was, and after this will become 0, right? So now we can start adding node from both of the lists. So let's see that logic. So after our diff will become 0, this for loop will start, and this for loop will run until both of the list pointers will become null, which we reach the end of the list. And let's see what we are doing here. So we are taking the values from both of the node and creating a new node. So that's what we were doing here. So we were taking the value of both of the node and creating a new node, and this value will become 12 modular 10, so this will be 2. And after that, what we are doing here, let's check. So after doing this, again we are adding that node into the list, moving our crawler to the new node, right? So our crawler will move from here to here. Now we need to check if we need to move our carry pointer or not, right? So let's see. The carry was generated from here because this was greater than 9, so let's see how we are doing that. So we are checking if the addition was greater than 9. Yes, the addition was greater than 9. So what our rule says, if the sum of the list of the node is greater than 9, then increment the value of the node by 1, which is being currently pointed by carry pointer. So what we did here, we just incremented the value. Then what we have to do, we have to move our carry pointer to the next node, right? So we moved our carry pointer to the next node. Now we'll check until or unless our carry pointer becomes equal to the crawler, that means we reach the last node, or we find a node which value is not equal to 9 or which value is less than 9, right? Until we find that node, what we will do, we'll keep on moving forward and keep on making the value as 0, because the maximum value that we can keep in that node is 9, and if the value is 9, we already know we need to make that value to 0, and we need to move keep moving carry pointer forward. So let's go back here. So our carry pointer is currently here, so we'll increment this value by 1, and then we'll move our carry pointer forward, right? Carry pointer will come here. This is not less than 9, this is 9, so we have to make it 0. We'll move our carry pointer forward. This is again not less than 9, so definitely this will become 0. So our carry pointer will come here, and now our carry pointer is equal to the crawler pointer, so our loop will stop here. Now again, because our lists are not empty, what we have to do, we have to again we'll just move list 1 and list 2 one forward, so basically this basically h2 will go there next node, and this will come to the next node. Now again we'll do the same operation, so 4 and 2 will generate 6. Let's remove this thing from here. So this will generate 6, and now we have 6 here. So let's see, this will, so again our loop will come here. It will check, oh, this, if the sum is greater than 9, no, the sum is not greater than 9. Oh, when the sum is not greater than 9, what we are doing, we'll move our carry to the crawl, right? So as you know, we have added new node here, so crawler automatically comes in, right? And now we are checking of this 6, if it is greater than 9. No, 6 is not greater than 9. So we know this, even if the carry will be generated afterwards, it will not be propagated back, so we just can safely move our carry pointer here. So that's what we are doing here, right? And again, let's go back to code. So this will make our carry pointer equal to crawler, and after that we will just move both of the pointers of the list to the next elements. So let's do it. So let's remove and move it to here, last element. Let's remove this, move it to the last element. Now again, let's check the addition. Let's add a new node. The value will be summation of both of these, which will be 14. So 4 will come here, and crawler will move here, right? That's the logic. This logic will do this, this logic will do that, this much. So crawler will move there, and after that we'll check if the summation was greater than 9. Yes, the summation was greater than 9. So again, whatever node carry is pointing, let's increment its value by 1. So carry will just increment this value by 1, so this will become 7. Now after this, what will happen, we'll move carry to the next node. So yeah, carry will come here. Let's see what our logic says then. It says it should not be equal to the crawler, but in this case it will be equal to the crawler, so this loop will never run, right? And what we'll do after this, we'll move our list 1 and list 2 pointers to the next element. So basically list 1 and list 2 will move out of the list, so they will start pointing to null. They'll start pointing to null, so our for loop will end here. And after this, what will happen, will come here. Now this head pointer was this pointer that we never moved. So we kept this pointer here because, let's see why we kept this pointer here. We kept this pointer here because there will be a case in which there will not be carry generated from the previous node. So this node value can be 0 or can be 1. When this node value is 1, what we'll do, we'll return this head pointer. But when this node value is 0, what we have to do, we have to return the next of this head pointer, so head next. And when this will happen, let's take a small example. So let's take a very basic example, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let's take this example, 4 and 2, right? And so this is head 1 and this is head 2, right? So let's take, so what we were doing initially, we were creating a new node, right? So, and setting it value 0, head will be pointing here, carry pointer will be pointing here, and crawler will be pointing here. Now this has the length of 4, this has length of 2, so we will start copying the value from here. Now this is 2, so what will happen, our carry pointer will move, oh sorry, not initially. So when we'll add this node, first what we were doing, we were moving our crawler pointer, so it will come here. Now because this is less than 9, so basically our carry pointer will also move here. Now let's write it properly. So 2 and 4, this is our head 2. So now again our head 1 will come here, we will just copy 3 here, CR will move here, and sorry, this will be C, and C will also move here because this is less than 9. That's good. And after this, what will happen? Both of these addition will happen. This will move from here to here. We'll add both of these, so this will become 8, and again our carry will move here. Sorry, our crawler will move here, and because this is less than 9, our carry will also move here. And then the addition of both of these will happen, which is 7. Our crawler will move here, and our carry will also move here. That's all, and the list is over. So now in this case, if you see, our head is pointing to the first node, which value is 0, right? And if the value is 0, basically the sum represented is this, right? So in this case, what will return? Head next, right? So that's what we are doing here at the end. We are checking if the head data is 0, that means we actually need to return the next, otherwise we will return the head. So I hope, okay, let's run the program also, so at least we can see what is happening. So let's run the code. Okay, so basically, yeah, sum is getting generated properly, so our program works. So yeah, so that's all for this. That's all for this. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and this is the most optimized solution. So let's discuss the time complexity also. So the time complexity is basically O(n), because we are traversing all the elements, but the space complexity is O(n). So if you remember the previous recursion one, the complexity was O(n). So we have actually improved on the space complexity, and this is the most optimized solution that you can give in your interview. So if you give this solution in the interview, you'll get full points. So yeah, so that's all for this video. I hope you guys have liked the video. I know this video have become a little bit lengthy, but that's the most optimized solution. So and this is the this solution you will not see anywhere. And by the way, this question was asked to me in the Adobe interview, and that's what the solution I gave to them. So I hope you guys have liked the video, enjoyed the video. Please go ahead and like the video, and please subscribe to the channel, and see you next time. Thank you.